Alright, so it's been a minute. But I play on this server called Little Gens, and it's like your ordinary PvP gen, right? So it's like the average you mine stuff, trade it for tokens, and then buy gear or miscellaneous items, and then you go fight, just like this right here. So basically, your average gen server, right? And with it being like your average gen server, my goal is obviously to conquer it, or at least be like a really good player on it. But there are so many overpowered players that you can't get with gear naturally that it makes it so hard to fight. But the thing is, that gear that they wear is MVP plus, and these people are VIPs. So the way they get it is by killing other MVP players. And honestly, like I'm alright at the game, but killing someone who has 5 extra hearts than me is so hard. And like there are custom items in this game that you can get from grinding. But I'm just trying to have fun. Like those custom items are good and all, but that's gonna take so much time. So after buying the necessary resources, I'm pretty geared up now. So now that I was pretty geared up, I decided I was gonna try to give someone the hands, cause I need to jump people in this game. But first, before I hopped on, I wanted to practice, but I ended up getting cooked, so I just hopped on anyway. But when I tell you how long this fight was for no reason, that is why I'm not going to show you. So I'm just going to show you the part where I finally drop him. Like, fighting that guy was so boring. And for the record, he came back again and then QD'd. And then there's this other kid that I tried fighting who ran away instantly just to take me to 1v1 rooms, and then I dropped. And then if I gotta be so honest, he only dropped me because his dang ability procced and it stunned me in the air. Now, at this point in time, I'm just really looking for a real fight. But luckily, that's what I finally got. So finally, I had gotten into my real first fight that wasn't a steamroll or one-sided battle, and I had won. So now I was wondering what I needed to do next. So you see, killing players like him who don't have overpowered gear isn't really helping my case though to become the strongest. I need to try to fight someone who has much better gear than I do. After losing this fight against Bluffy, I realized the true value of the gear on the server. Not only did he utilize it with the amount of skill he had, but it also allowed him to play really low and win most interactions. If I really want to take over the server, I have to get geared. But without that good gear, I'm not a threat on the server. So my quest to become the strongest on the server has to start with gear.